Welcome to PoliticsNY with Skye, behind the curtain, where we speak with community leaders and community advocates and important people about what they're doing and how politics impacts their lives. And I'm really happy to have my friend here with me, Vanessa Lockel, who's the executive director of Suffolk County Cornell Cooperative Extension, but has a long career history working in politics and government. And that's how we first met. I think it must have been like 10 years ago, right, Vanessa?
Almost longer than that. And yes, Skye, thank you so much for inviting us here at CC to be a part of it, inviting me. I'm very excited to be a part of your segment. And I've been seeing you like kicking butt. So this is very exciting.
Thank you. So you got this new role with Suffolk County Cornell Cooperative Extension during the pandemic. So tell us a little bit about that, and then maybe we'll backtrack into how you got there.
Absolutely. I'm really lucky to work for a highly regarded organization. It's actually been in Long Island since 1917. This is Cornell Cooperative Extension of Suffolk County. We're part of Cornell University, and that is our land grant university, which is why we're affiliated with them. But we are an extension and we work at a regional level. So we're part of 56 extensions and we are the biggest. And what do? We're a sustainability organization and we're focused on 4 key areas. Agriculture. So if you care about, where does your where do your fruits and vegetables come from? Where do the plants on your table come from? We work with those groups. Marine, if you care about shellfish restoration, shoreline restoration, the environment, and just in general, the love of Long Island and what makes our, shores so beautiful, that's marine. I work in community education, and that is really helping parents deal with, resiliency efforts, especially right now during COVID. Another hot topic is the legalization of marijuana. We help parents know the right tools on how to talk to their kids around those issues, all the way to SNAP education, which is really supporting some of our more vulnerable communities in education around nutrition and diabetes awareness and those types of efforts. And last but not least, we do 4-H youth development. So all those camps, we actually have about 4 registered camps, 2 of which are ACA accredited. That's like blue ribbon Ivy League style camps. And those are out here in Suffolk. Everything from marine, sleeping away in Peconic Dunes right by the water and learning about aquatic life, all the way to Yaphank Farm, where it's a 272-acre facility where you can learn how to work with animals, how to learn how to work with farming and livestock and all the efforts that come with, agriculture at that level. So for our young people, it's really hands-on. As you can imagine, after COVID, people were, like that homesteader vibe came in strong. So a lot of people were coming to visit our very COVID safe spaces and really enjoying it. So I love this work because, as you know, for many years I've been doing just advocacy for Long Island and making sure that up at New York State, in Ithaca and in Albany, that people knew that Long Island was doing really amazing things. And so this job has really kind of lined up perfectly with that, because it gets me dirty and doing all the stuff that makes Long Island great, as well as I get to really be a part of changing the future and the sustainability efforts for Long Island. So I love this job.
Yeah, it really sounds miraculous. And I'm wondering, are most of the people you talk to during the day, is it the public? Is it organizations? Like, who are you working with?
It depends. So it's funny because as the executive director, when you see my pictures, you're just hugging goats all day. I wish that was my regular day. That is what maybe a lot of the workers at the farm are working on and giving that education and that programming. But my job is working on multiple levels. We deal with our employees and making sure that about 200, and during my prime season this year, we had about 276 employees. We've outside of COVID can go up to 500 during the season because of our camps and our summer employment opportunities. And we have about 1,000 to 2,000 volunteers at any given moment. So as you can imagine, a lot of people coming in and out. And I really love to have that open door policy with my directors and my employees just to get a better sense. Not only that, these are very specialized highly trained educators, scientists of very specialized issues on Long Island. Like very few people do shellfish work, even though you're hearing the oyster craze everywhere. That work started with few people, and a lot of those people come and are part of the Cornell Cooperative Extension family. So when we're talking about employees, these are highly sophisticated people that, you know, I need to make sure they're okay. I need to make sure they're happy. And they're also sharing with me the trends, the issues, what's going on, because they're doing the work. But I also want to check in with my stakeholders, and that is the nonprofits, those different funding sources that really support this kind of work. Municipalities, of course, how can we forget? So I work with all local officials. Obviously, we're an extension of the county, so the local legislators, that's my job. I want to make sure that they know use our assets. We are an extension of you. So there isn't really anybody on Long Island that I don't work with at any given time. I do sit in on some of my sessions to do the direct care. So like when we're doing, a conjunction with an English as a second language programming that also has a nutrition program, that's the best, because I get to really see who it is at a daily level that we impact, that individual that's benefiting from our program. But at the executive director level, you don't get to do that as often as you would like. So I miss that a little bit, but.
So give an example. What's something you're working on with your local elected officials now?
Oh, so it could be multiple things. One of the issues may be identifying areas in their community that might want a community garden. They may see that as a result of COVID, some of our people were really wondering about where their food was coming from. There was this big concern about rushing to supermarkets, and we're supporting supermarkets, we're supporting local, but we're also supporting those efforts where communities are getting together to try to do maybe community gardens to support our underserved people that may not have that accessibility. So those are efforts where we may work with a municipality on working with a nonprofit or an organization and building a community garden. Another thing we can do as a municipality, especially those affected by Sandy all on the South Shore, we may want projects on shoreline resiliency or marine learning awareness, like getting people to understand why it's so important to plant like native plants on our shorelines, or to care about things like rib mussels and some of our shellfish restoration efforts. So that's a lot of like what we would do with our municipalities. It's everything from, the agriculture efforts all the way to the marine efforts, and educational programming too. Like I said, we have seniors and young people, and we have a lot of information out there to disseminate. And this isn't just me putting together my best practices, even though I have tons of advice to give all the time, but this is coming from Cornell University. That's that affiliation with the university. Ivy League, highly regarded education. They're the ones that are like decades of experience on parenting and awareness on how to communicate with our young people. So I bring that to municipalities too, like their libraries and their different programming for young people.
It's really interesting because I think this type of thinking about all these things, right? It sounds like you're speaking about a foreign country, about all the things and all the resources, but a lot of people don't realize maybe that it exists right here on Long Island. So I'm going to include a link to your website in the YouTube video of this post so people can learn more about it.
That'd be great. Thank you so much, Skye. We have so many events too. So at the Suffolk County Farm, this is in Yaphank. It's, like I said, 272 acres. And our intention is not to compete with farms. Our intention is to highlight the agricultural industry and tell people why it's so important. So when you come to visit, there is a huge educational component around it. We have a lot of universities that go and are participating actively in that university. So we do great events like food trucks, like movie nights. Actually, this coming week, we're doing in conjunction with the LGBT movement, a coming out, event, which, the intention is to have it be family friendly. So, a lot of our LGBT events tend to be really like a celebration and a party and more for an adult audience. And for some of our younger people, those events may not be catered or tailored to them. So when we bring it at the farm, it's like they get packed. A lot of people feel very safe, and it's a family-friendly place. So the farm is more than just about education. It's also about community and supporting all local efforts.
Right. So, wow, thank you so much, Vanessa, and congratulations on your new role. And thanks for being part of Politics NY with Skye. It's great to see you.